Hey there, my name is Cícero Moraes and I will show you how to work with the osteotomy and how to parent all these points on the objects. So I selected this part and I will move it, and you see that the point keep here. Okay, this point could move with together this skin mesh. So I press G and nothing happens. How we can fix this? Alt B to see all. You can parent all points automatically. Look that if I move, for example, this object, this point keep here. Okay, so I will go down until the parent objects. Remember that we check here and always okay. Now you can click in parent points. When you click in parent points, OrtogOnBlender automatically try to parent all objects, all points in the mesh that the object is over. Here is in Portuguese yet, but we will change in the future. The object near appear here, and here you can see the distance of this object. It can late some seconds or can late some minutes. It depends on the computer you are using. If you are using a strong computer, it will be fast like this. My computer is not so strong, but the sufficient to not late more than some seconds. So I will move it, and you can see the objects, the point that is over the object move together. The same thing will happen, or I imagine that will happen when I select this maxilla object. This point is to move together. When I move the maxilla, look, the point move together, and the down point don't move. Move because have some of influence, but only move the objects is over the the bone or the soft tissue like here. So I will use another interesting thing in OrtogOnBlender. I will put this in left visualization, and we can import now the cephalometry. So we click, look, that is follow the path. First check, after check, after parent, and now set up cephalometry. And we can see all cephalometry lines here, and automatically the soft tissue is transparent. But we have a problem. The points of the cephalometry is not match with the points of we put before. To do it, you have to go to interactive cephalometry and click here. And now, when I will select the maxilla to show you, when we move the maxilla, look that the points is the same, and the lines of cephalometry moves together. Okay. The only thing we have to move manually is the point of this teeth to put in this point, and the point of the other teeth to put here. Okay. Now we have the cephalometry from this from the left viewpoint, and we can see the degrees. In this part you can press N to see this table, and you can calculate all and see, for example, the SNA angle is between the good rotation, the good angle. The SNB little less, because it starts with 78, and here is 76. Here is more, here is more, here is more, less, more, less. Okay? Now we can start to do the cephalometry. The planning surgical plan. I will do a simple surgical plan. It's not a real surgical plan because I'm not an expert. But I will show you how to animate this surgical plane. For example, if you want to move the maxilla, we can start the maxilla. I will only change the end here to 100. That is less animation, less frames. I will go down until this part, and I will see from left and we can move. But before move, I have to click here to keep this object in the start one in this position. Now I go to end, and I can move until the position I want and until the rotation I want to. I only change here to cursor, pivot cursor, and I can move it and put here. To keep this object in this frame, in this rotation and position, I have to click in this icon. Now, if I move here, I have or I click in start and end, I have the two positions. I will do the same thing with the mandible body. I selected the mandible body, I will see from left or the other viewpoint I want, and I start with this position, clicking in this icon, I click in end, and I can move it until the position I want. Okay, and I click in this icon, and I have now an animation of the two positions. Okay, and the same thing I will do with the chin. But look at an important information. I put here in the first click the animation here, the first frame. I put the end frame, and I move until the position I want. If I don't click here in this icon, if I move or I click here and here, I lost the position, the finished position. Because this I have to move. Look, that is ready in end. I move it, I put here, so I click in this icon and I keep the animation. Okay? This is almost finished. We have almost finished. For example, I put in the start, and I can see the number of the cephalometry if all is okay. Calculate all. It's calculated. For example, here is H2. When I put in the H2, 7.6, 6.1, and etc. When I put in the end and I calculate again, the numbers change. Okay? All the numbers change. And you can see if all okay. In this case, it's not okay. But I'm not an expert of surgical plan. If you want to avoid to see all these points, you can go to scenes here and put groups, and you can hide the cephalometry objects, and you can see only the animation. If you want to see again the face, you can click in change solid X-ray. You see only the face. Okay? And change solid, you see again, and click here, you see all objects again. In Blender, you can see, you can calc all the movimentation, the translation of these points, these points you put. To do it, you have to go to generate data action. You click here, and in the terminal you see all the movementations of the objects here. Look that you see all movementations here. But if you want, look, if you want, you can create a spreadsheet with this information. You click generate report, and automatically it will open open office, but if you have using you can open with Excel, is not a problem. So in view I will put more zoom to see better the results. Okay, and here you have all results, the original location and the location, the final location of the objects, the movement of these objects. So in X, all objects keep in the same place, because we only looking in left position. But after it, for example, the TIFF number 8 moved nothing in X, but move in Y and Z. So we have this free position of the objects. And here the cephalometry. And you can save the file already saved, but you can save, you can export to PDF and do all you want. Okay? Other important thing. For example, if you want, I will only to hide these objects. I will hide the skin. And if you want, for example, do a splint of the stiff, you can only click in create splint. That automatically will be created on the splint here. Okay, the splint. If you want, you can copy this. For example, these objects. I will copy. I will put it in other layer, like here. I will select this object and I will active objects, this object active. I will click more and I will you can, for example, I want to take out the animation of this object. I click with the right mouse button and unlink selection. The same thing I can do with this, select and animation, unlink animation. I will joint these two objects, but before joint I will prepare to 3D printing these two, prepare 3D printing. I will put the two objects together and I will this object that is that is entire, oops, is not possible to move because have some commands, and this splint was created automatically, but I select the splint, select this object and click and cut boolean. Some time after, I imagine that here it will wait a little because I have a lot of information. You have here, after some seconds or some minutes, it depends on the computer, you have the splint of this object. Okay, this is the splint. You can create it semi-automatically, but if you want to do, for example, a guide, a surgical guide, for example here, I want to create a surgical guide to put these bones in this place. For example, I can select this bone. I can draw the guide, draw manually. For example, I will draw a guide. It's not a real guide. It's only an example. This guide will be this. Oops. Look that I draw and I draw in other place, but I don't want to do this. I want to draw over the surface, so I have to go there in manual draw splint and click in surface. Now when I draw over the surface. Look, over the surface. It's not a good draw because I'm drawing with the mouse. But this will be the guide. Okay. So now I already have the draw. I will click in Use Solid and wait a little. And using this draw like reference, the OrtogOnBlender creates a guide. If the object is big, you can enter in edit mode, select all, and Alt S, and you do the rescaling using the normal information. I will put more or less here, and I have almost done the guide. Now I can, for example, the same thing I did before. You can select the objects, you can copy it, duplicate it, you can put in another layer, and you can go to hierarchy, inactive object, and you can take out the animation, okay. And now you can select the two objects, or you can directly do it. For example, this less this, and go to little here, cut boolean, look, and this less this, cut boolean. Oops. This less this, cut boolean. I really don't know what's happened here. I'm doing all right. This less this. Oh. Okay, this less this. We have some problems. I don't know why. I don't know. I will try come back until here. I will put these two in joint all, and this less this. Ha! Okay. Sometimes it happens. This computer don't have respect from me. Well, so you have all parts separated. So I select this one, Control I, and select this other part and delete it. So you have the guide ready, and this guide match perfectly in this part. Okay, this is the original. I will delete it, and now we have the guide. And you can use the draw to continue. For example, if you want to do a guide in other places, you can draw a guide here and connect one guide with the other. For example, you can draw here and connect this object with the other object, for example here. Okay, and create. I will try to create. I never did it before, but I will try to do solid. Look, and you can Alt S, and you can select this point and press O to do the proportional, and move it a little here. Okay, and you can move a little here, and this with this you can do a Boolean union. Okay, look that you have an union, and this less this. Oh, I hope it works now, because I will have shame on me again. Let me see here. Cut Boolean. Oh my god, it's not working well. This, try to remove doubles. Okay, boolean difference. Okay, now it's worked. Fortunately, sorry, because this is live presentation, sometimes it's happening. So we have a guide here. A guide is not a real guide, it's only an explanation about how it works. Sorry for my bad English, but I think this could be useful, these videos, to make you understand better how OrtogOnBlender works. It's possible that this interface changed because we work all day, almost all days, developing the software. But the most important is understand how Blender works, how to work with Blender, and after you have to exercise it, and you will understand all. Okay, thank you very much to watch the video. I hope in few times I will come back with news for you. Thank you very much, and see you again in the next video. Bye bye.